Hey up troops, Alyttleton here again with another video. Now this time we're going to go over the top 5 mistakes that people make when playing Rainbow Six Siege. So the beauty of these 5 mistakes is it's not like you have to learn something new to stop doing them. It's literally 5 things that people do that are so easy to stop doing, which will make you a better player in Siege. 2 of them in particular couldn't be stopped like this. It's just something that you probably subconsciously do without even thinking about it, and it'll make you a better player today. That's enough waffling already. Let's just get stuck into it. So let's get started with mistake number 1, and it comes down to drone use. And what I mean with drone use is this. People will drone into the building. They'll have a look what's going on. They'll think, right, I want to forget that the bomb's here, by the way. This is just an example. But they'll think, right, we want to enter through bar window. So they'll get a drone. We're in the prep phase now. We'll get a drone, and they'll have a look around. And then they'll just start droning around. And they'll leave the drone, go around here, and they realize the bomb's kitchen, for example. And they bring the drone into kitchen, and the drone gets destroyed. So they're already a drone down straight away. The biggest tip I can give you when it comes to droning, this is especially true if you're solo queuing, is leave your drone in the room that you plan on entering from. Find something in the room, like this light, for example, where you can put your drone on top, just providing we can jump up here. Oh, we can. I knew we could. Come on. Put your drone somewhere in the room that you plan to enter. So you can come up to the room. You can come up to the part of the building you want to get in. Your drone's already here. You haven't got to put your drone on the floor, re-drone it through this hole. Your drone is already here. You can have a look. And then from here, you can make your decision whether to jump in that room or not. Is it clear there? Obviously, you've got to make sure you check everywhere. There's nothing worse, is there, than thinking you're safe walking in a room and there's like somebody just crabbing somewhere in the corner of a building. You know, you think you're safe to come in there and there's someone just here, like crouched behind this wall. Make sure you drone everywhere before you get in. But the key point is, 1, don't needlessly lose your drone. How frustrating is it when you're playing with people, by the way? And let's just say the bomb site is here. And like you see your teammates bring a drone in here and they go and they look and they know the bomb's there and they know there's a load of defenders around here doing site setup. And they just go back in. Like, someone will try and shoot the drone, and they manage to get the drone away. And you're like, oh, wow, they've saved the drone. That was mad. They should have lost the drone, really. And then for some bizarre reason, they do this again. Just to try and have another look. Why? And then the drone gets destroyed. And you're like, great, well, that's one of the best pieces of utility we've got for the round gone. So when it comes to getting in the building, the first tip, make sure you leave your drone in the room that you plan to enter from. So when you get close to the room, or you get close to the part of the building that you want, you've already got your drone in the room that you want to get in, and you can walk in the room safely. Mistake number 2, and this is one of the easiest things you can improve on when you're playing Siege, is have a plan. This is mainly for the attacking side, but is also very relevant for defending as well. But on attack, you see people pick operators, and they don't know why they're picking those operators. You'll see someone take Iona, but they don't know why they're taking Iona. You'll see someone pick a banner, but they don't know why they're picking a banner because they haven't got a plan. Before you pick your operator, you need to know what your plan is, because then the operator can fit the plan. If you pick a plan and then you choose an operator, it's the wrong way around. You can't pick Capitao. You can't pick a plan and be like, right, okay, I'm going to try and nade from below. I'll play Capitao, because that isn't going to work. You can't be like, oh, I'm going to try and breach a wall. I'll take Twitch, because that's not how it works. You need to come up with a plan and then pick the operator to suit your plan. Now, if you're solo queuing, what you'll probably have to do is look what the other 4 players are doing first. And if you see that there's no breacher, or if you see that there's no nades, you probably, another good tip, and this is not one of the 5, but another good tip is sort of fill the gaps on what the other 4 players didn't pick. So if the other 4 players didn't pick a hard breacher, pick a hard breacher. If the other 4 players have got no soft destruction, pick Sledge or Buck or Ram next season. Do you know what I mean? But have a plan. So if you think to yourself, I'm playing Villa, I want to try and grenade from below. Great. Well, then we can take either Sledge, we can take Iona, we can take Knock, or you could even take Glaz with grenades. If you think, right, I'm playing Villa, I want to open the 90 wall into Vault. Great. All right, we need to take a banner, or we need to take Ace. You can take Thermite, but it's a little bit risky trying to get to 90 wall. It's much easier to do it from the window. You just need to have a bit of a plan before you know what you're doing. If you go into the round blind and you think, right, I'm going to pick Lion, but why are you picking Lion? Come up with an idea, come up with a scenario in your head. Not only does it make it easier to pick an operator that you're going to get the most use of that round, it also makes the round a lot easier because it gives you some direction, it gives you some focus, it gives you an idea of what to do with that round. You know, you're not just wandering around the map going, which door shall I go in here? You know why you're going for that. You know why you're going to a certain door for a certain reason. So just to add to point number 2, this is one of the plans that I'll often think out in my mind when I'm not playing hard breach, when I've got grenades. First thing I'll do is help the team take the east side of the map. By using drones, by using my Iona clone, we'll take Master, we'll take Statue, we'll take Bathroom, we'll take Astro, and we'll take Trophy. By the way, when you take Trophy, please watch for this angle here. And if you're defending, if you hide on this angle, you get kills all the time because people's drone just comes straight through here and they never look into this corner here. First thing I do when I'm pushing this side of the map, as soon as I come out of Astro, I just shoot that wall there to make sure there's no one on that side. Or obviously you could pre-fire it like that. But just pre-fire, like you shoot the wall this side to make sure no one's there. Once we've got this side of the map, the east and the north side, my plan then is to go downstairs and go and grenade from below in the 2 most common anchor points. And if you do this, I can guarantee you a kill every other round. So, or sometimes even a kill a round. So using the 2 grenades, the bar is the most common anchor point, and this is the middle of the bar underneath. I've got your drone here so you can see the middle of the bar is there. That's the middle of the bar there. I grenade in between this rafter and in between this rafter. And for anyone sitting behind the bar, they're absolutely screwed. Bounce it off the wall. And anyone sat behind the bar there is gonzo. Obviously, you can see where it's exploded. It hasn't gone through the other layer of the wall. Hang on. Just reload. Bear with me, please. You can see where it's gone through there. And how often do you have people playing behind this bar? All the time. The other common anchor point that I grenade from below is around this area. Now, this is... You can go one side of the wall or the other here. So we're in the vault. Now, it's interesting because this side of the vault is right here. Or if you want to grenade... Hang on a minute. You can come round into living room. You can grenade this side of the wall and you get a different part of the vault. You can grenade there. And you get the back of the vault. So you can either go here or you can go here. I tend to go at the front. I don't do this one very often. I tend to go... I have to run around to the corridor now. This is embarrassing. Talk amongst yourselves, please. I tend to go here. It's a little bit more dangerous here because you're like stood out in the middle of the hallway. So just hopefully you don't get spotted. You can do it from piano door as well. And bounce it off the wall. Then anyone playing in vault is also screwed playing in vault there. That actually wasn't a very good grenade, but please don't take any notice of that. So that's just an idea of a plan that I have. From here, I'll then generally go up red. Help anyone can take control of 90. Get control of study. If I don't go up red, I'll either go up red or obviously go up main. And if I go up main, watch for this angle as well. People hiding behind the fireplace. Happens all the time. Help then the team get control of study. Generally, if you're attacking from the north and east side of the map, you're going to be planting behind the vault door here. So this is what we want to ultimately achieve. But I've still got my... Even though the team's ultimate goal was to plant here, I've still got my own sort of mini plan in my head. Do you know what I mean? I knew I was going to drone out and take the control of the north and east side of the map with the team. And then I knew I was going to go below and use those 2 frag grenades. Think about that before you play the round. Have an idea of what you want to achieve. And I guarantee you, it'll make the round a lot easier for you. Mistake number 3, not shooting the radio. No, I'm just kidding. Mistake number 3. This is the one that probably annoys me more than anything when I'm playing with players that do this. So it's difficult to give you an example of this, and I'm probably just going to have to bore you with talking very quickly, but this is on defense only, okay? You don't have to push the attackers. It's fun to do so, and you can get some kills. You can also die, but the attackers have to come to you. Let time be on your side is the ultimate sort of goal here, right? If I know there's a minute left in the round and I've got to rotate here and I've had a call that the last person's top white, I don't need to do this. I don't need to do that because ultimately that attacker has to come through this door or he loses the round. If the attacker doesn't push, we win. I don't need to push and give the attacker a free kill. You see it all the time, don't you? You're in a 3v1, and before you know it, you're in a 2v1. Before you know it, you're in a 1v1. Generally because the attackers have got bored and started pushing. Let time be almost like an extra teammate and start clocking down so the attackers have to push you. It's the biggest tip you can get on defense. Granted, if your teammates die and you're on defense in a 2v4, you've got to get aggressive. Otherwise, you're going to have 4 people descending onto the site. If you're in a 2v4, yes, get aggressive. Peek what you need to try and get kills, because you've got to make that 2v4, a 2v3, and a 2v2 to make it winnable. But if you're in the ascendancy, especially if you're in like a 3v1 or 4v2, time is on your side. And now it's becoming like... increasingly more popular for defenders to start pushing. Like people who are playing Warden think they're a gunner, so they just start pushing and die. And you're like, right, great. Now you've just put me in a more difficult position because now I'm in a 2v2 rather than a 3v2 because you couldn't sit still. I've got annoyed saying that. That's so true though, isn't it? How many times with your teammates are you just like, what are you doing? Stand. All you need, you don't need to do anything. It's the easiest thing in the world. Stand still. All you need to do, you don't need to do this. You don't need to do this. All you actually need to do is this. I've got my hand, you can't see me at the minute because I haven't got my camera on, but I've taken my hand and my hands off my keyboard and mouse. I've got them in the air. That's all you need to do. Obviously, you then need to worry about holding angles because you can't just let them walk into sight. But the biggest mistake is people don't play time on defense. They think, oh, I've got to get the kill. Oh, it's a 3v1. Oh, he's outside. He's on Master Balk. I'll peek that. Oh, I'm dead. All right, okay, great. If you are that person that pushes and dies, your KD will shoot up if you just play time. It'll shoot up. It just annoys me more than anything because it's the easiest thing to do. But it's for some reason, it's becoming like more and more common where people just can't sit still in Siege. People just can't play patiently. They're like, oh, I might as well push it. Last one's top white. It's 2v1. All right, I'll push it. You've got like, it's a 2v1, right? You've got one defender like sitting in an attic like this, holding a tight angle if they cross white stairs. And then your other one's just going, where's the last one? White stairs. Right, okay, I'll get him. Oh, I've died. I'm dead. And now the guy's in here is now in a 1v1 in a really difficult situation. If that guy had just sat here instead and held the walk in from white, you would have guaranteed to have won the round. Tip number 3, or mistake number 3, let time work on your side. You don't need to push all the time. Mistake number 4 is quite simple, this one, I think, and it's an easy one to sort out, is reposition after a kill. However, before we get into that, let's just see if we can pop the purple. Oh, unreal. Absolutely unreal. Anyway, sorry, I've digressed there. Back to the matter at hand. Yeah, not repositioning after a kill. So you'll see, and this generally is lower elo, I would say. And generally is more on the defense, where if you're holding an angle like into Aqua like this and you get a kill, people will tend to just stay in this same angle. Now, let's assume that the other team are communicating. They'll say, oh no, he's on the rotate next to the reinforcements. If you don't move, the next attacker that's going to come around this corner, after you've got your kill, the next one's just going to do that and pre-fire the life out of you. So once you've got your kill, if you're here, by the way, apparently, you can jump, I say apparently, I know you can. You can jump on this. Did you know you could do that? You can jump on this and then hold the door from here. How nice is that angle? Like, when have you ever looked at that angle in your life? Never. But yeah, I mean, the only thing is you got to worry about big window. But you can, yeah, it's dead easy to do. Vault on there and away you go. Can you prone? Oh, you can even prone. It's ridiculous. Anyway, we digress. Again, speaking of digressing, shall we pop the red? Oh, I've missed it. That's embarrassing. Oh, I've missed it. Right, never playing pool ever again. Yeah, so, sorry, we've really gone off track here. Reposition after your kill. If you're behind the bomb and you get a kill here, you've got to move. You can't stay there. You can, if you're confident, you can swing out from there if you're feeling really confident. But like I said in the last point, let time come to you. If you do get a kill, just reposition. Even if you just move to now there, but don't stay in that same spot. You'll see it a lot, like even somewhere like this, right? We're holding this angle when the vase disappears. We're holding this angle, you get a kill. Move after you've got that kill, because the likelihood is the other team will say, oh yeah, he's on the vase, or yeah, he's on Top Cool Vibes, or wherever he is. There's a call out that'll come. They'll give you your location. Make sure you move so you're not an easy kill after you've got your first one. Mistake number 5, and I have to be honest, guys, I am super guilty of this one, is not warming up. I never warm up. I never do it, but I know it's detrimental to me. The best way to warm up, in my opinion, is go into quick play, go into arcade, click more info. Don't click more info, click settings, and change free-for-all on and all the others off, and then load into a free-for-all. A free-for-all is like what we used to play Team Deathmatch, but it's just everyone's against each other. Team Deathmatch, you'd sometimes take a little bit of a time before you could run into someone else to have a gunfight. In free-for-all, it's really easy to find gunfights. It's a really good place to warm up. It's much better to warm up in free-for-all, in my opinion, than it is in Terrorist Hunt. Because at least in free-for-all, you're fighting other players. Like, the gunfights are somewhat realistic for what you're going to experience in a match. In Terrorist Hunt, the terrorists aren't really a challenge, are they, if we're being honest with each other, if you play it properly. So yeah, free-for-all is definitely the easiest way to warm up. I'm going to jump into a free-for-all now and talk to you a bit about warming up. While you're playing free-for-all, it's difficult to practice angles that you don't already know because no one holds the same angles that you would hold in game. We're on Stadium Bravo here, so no one's going to be holding similar angles, but what you can do is practice angles that you know. Obviously, it is a bit chaotic, and it's a lot quicker pace than what you'll find in an actual match. Someone's coming here. Oh, that's really poor on my part. He's got high ping, that's my excuse. I'm just kidding. So that there is my first sort of gunfight of the day. And you saw how I whiffed it, right? Second gunfight of the day, I've won it. So there, right there, is a great example. Oh my god, I'm on fire. That there is a great example about why you should warm up, right? That first gunfight I had, which is the first one of the day for me, was absolutely dreadful. It wasn't... Someone's on top of these stairs. It wasn't remotely accurate in terms of aim for me. It wasn't remotely accurate in terms of aim. However, every gunfight since has now been fine. So, ah, damn it! That there is a perfect example, and I didn't miss that first shot on purpose either. Make sure you're warming up; it will benefit you. So there we have it. There's the top 5 mistakes that I think people make when playing Rainbow Six Siege that you can improve on. And you know what? 3 of them can be solved right now today. Number 1, have a plan. Dead easy to do. Just think about what you want to do in that round. The second one, make sure you use time effectively as a defender. And number 3, warm up. You can literally do them today in your games the second you finish watching this video, and it will make you a better player. I say it every time, but if you've watched 10 seconds, 10 minutes, or if you've watched this video 10 times, thank you very much. The channel's nothing without you. Yes, you right there looking at me right in the eye now. You, thank you for watching. I massively appreciate it. Other than that, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers!